Hello everybody, God bless you. Welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah and I am driving, so don't mind me. But I want to give this message called Love Never Fails. Now I am in my marriage season. I'm also in my season of motherhood. It is coming upon me. And something that the Lord has been talking to me about is vision, and how oftentimes when we stand and we wait for our husband, or we stand and we wait for our kingdom spouse to be reunited with the Lord, right? Our prodigals to come back to the Lord. Oftentimes they have a lot of, other things that they're that they're going through, the stresses of life, right? So they're not in complete alignment with the Father to know what the vision is. And Sarah, the meaning of my name is princess, but in the Bible, the story of Sarah, she is a woman of hope, faith, and the keeper of the vision. And the Lord has just been talking to me because I've had such wonderful progress made the last 2 days alone. The last 2 days alone, we've made so much progress with me and my father. And many of you that follow my channel, follow my story, know that, my mom has been early diagnosed with dementia. And so it's just a long suffering game with my father of trying to get my mom the care that she needs. And until really the situation with the house and the land and all these things, transition over, and, the changing of the guard and the keys are really handed over to me so that the decisions can be made, so that the property can be put up for sale, so that the sale can happen. Until all that gets organized, the Lord has made it very clear to me that I am just supposed to wait on the Lord for him to deliver my husband. And I'm okay with that, and I've made peace with that, and I rest in the Lord because I know that. Anyway, so we've had great progress in the last couple of days, and so I'm like, okay, God, can it just be now? Can you just bring him home now? Can we just be reunited now? Can we, can I see the promises come to pass now? And he's like, Sarah, I've given you such a tremendous role to be the keeper of the vision. I had a dream last night where my pastor came to me, and I was holding a little golden covered book. It was like a little ornate little, almost like a brass cover, but it was golden metal cover, like a little Bible. And my pastor said to me as I was thumbing through the pages, he said, you have such a great vision of who your husband is, and you have kept the vision for your marriage. And I'm just reflecting on that right now, and it is so true. Us wives, we are called to be the keepers of the vision in our marriage and in our family and in our bloodline. And I have such a wonderful, talented gift to see visually, to see things and to be inspired by visuals. Of course I'm the keeper. Of course that's my job. Of course I'm the keeper of the vision, right? To own land, to be, not just be a prophet, but to be a farmer. All these things that might intimidate my husband, if he's watching this, my man of God, because we don't really know one lick about farming, to be honest. And I've never really stewarded a bunch of land before in my life. And so it's just kind of a big bite to chew, and to think about all of that, and how long suffering this process is taking. My father really is a gatekeeper in my future right now, and the Lord has communicated with me that my future husband's mother is also the gatekeeper for him, for his future. And so we're navigating our families so that we can really heal and come out of that place of the old, right? Because we're supposed to be like Abraham and leave our families behind. and go to a new place, a new territory, a place where God will show us. And so I just pray that this blesses you, that even in the wait, even when you think, okay, I've made all of these attempts in love and it feels like I'm failing, it feels like my marriage is failing, it feels like the promises from God are failing, it feels like no matter what I do to get a breakthrough, when I pray and I fast, it feels like everything's just failing. I just want you to go back to 1 Corinthians chapter 13 and read what charity means, what love means. And in verse, I can't remember which verse it is, but it says, love never fails, charity never fails, charity faileth not. And when I read that this morning, because I had to remind myself, like, what is love? You know, charity suffereth long. This has been with my father, with waiting for my marriage. This has been a lot of long suffering. But charity is long suffering. Charity is kind. And I'm recalling, you know, the last time that I, you know, was talking with my man of God, my future husband, I was really loving to him. And he was not reciprocating that love with me. And it was hard. And I felt like I was failing. I felt like I had failed to communicate with him in the way that God wants me to. But God really reminded me today. He stretched me and he said, Sarah, you're the keeper of the vision, and love never fails. And so I just want to prophesy over you today that love never fails. If you are pouring out love and standing in the gap for your prodigal, your love will never fail. God's love will never, ever